Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome to my reading life and happy Vlogmas. Today I'm doing my very first vlog style Vlogmas video. I've been hard at work decorating my reading room for Christmas and I thought I would take you around, show you all the little details that I have going on in here, and then I thought I would take you on a little tour through my Christmas bookshelf. I have a shelf dedicated entirely to Christmas books, and so I will give you a look at that and then we will take a closer look at some of the books on that shelf. So come along and let's get ready for the holidays here in my reading room. can see, I'm in a different location than I normally film in, and that is because my holiday books are right down here on this bottom shelf, which I just showed you when I panned through that shelf. So I thought maybe we'd dive in a little bit more because if you saw in that video, there is a box here, and inside that box are quite a few holiday books that I have read throughout the years. I just don't have enough room for them on this shelf, and so I have them all in this box so that I can get more books on here. It doesn't look as full as it normally does because I've already pulled off some books that I'm going to be reading in December, and if you want to see the ones that I put on my December TBR, I will link that up in the cards and in the description box below, so you can check that video out and see a few more of my holiday books that I have to read. And yeah, let's just kind of dive in. So I have some books stacked on top here. This is this stack, and I'm actually thinking about doing a try a chapter video. Actually, I know I'm going to be doing a try a chapter video, and I think maybe these 4 books will, which way should I hold these? Like that, probably, Jen. I think these 4 books are going to make it into that try a chapter video because I've had these on my shelf for a really long time, and a few of them are more sort of holiday rom-coms, and I just haven't been reading rom-coms as much these days as I used to, and so I kind of want to see if I'm still interested in reading any of these. So I have Christmas in Vermont by Anita Hughes, The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan, and then I have My True Love Gave to Me 12 Holiday Stories. This is edited by Stephanie Perkins and has a number of different authors in here with short romantic holiday stories. And then lastly, I have Christmas Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. And then the last book that I just pulled off of there, which I'm not doing a try a chapter of because I know I want to read this, and that is Margaret's Christmas by George Simenon. And I actually have read some of the stories in here. I just haven't finished it yet. So I just have it here, and then every Christmas I maybe read 1 or 2 short stories out of this collection, and they're very fun and festive. And then I have a few holiday magazines from Mary Englebright's Home Companion, and these are, oh my goodness, from 2003, 2007, and 2008. And I used to have a subscription to her magazine. Her magazine isn't being published anymore. Anyone else a Mary Englebright fan? I am a huge Mary Englebright fan. I just love to look through these at the holiday time. They just get me sort of inspired and in the mood. So I think I'm going to actually put these next to my chaise lounge, which I'm sitting right next to. I had to scooch this all over because there is not normally my chaise lounge comes all the way out to the edge of this window. So I had to scoot it all the way over to the opposite bookshelf so that I could sit down here and show you guys these books. I digress. Okay, so let's get into some of the books that were inside that book box. I don't have these organized in any way, shape, or form. I probably should have done that before I started this. First of all, I will show you. These are all the books that I had in that box. I've pulled out a few that I might reread this year, and but these are all the remainders. So first off, I think, let me share these, make sure I've got them all. Okay, I went through a huge phase. I think my mom got me one of these for Christmas one year, and I really enjoyed the first few in the series, and that is Anne Perry's Christmas. I'm gonna say mysteries. Not all of them are mysterious, but there's A Christmas Journey. I think this one might be the first one. And then I have A Christmas Homecoming and A Christmas Secret. Now, I will say that I don't love all of the books in this series, but I keep reading it because it's just so festive. And I should probably just go back and reread the earlier ones because those are the ones that I really enjoyed the most. I think this one might be one of my favorites. And some of them feature her characters from some of her mystery stories. Oh yes. So Charlotte and Thomas Pitt, which are part of one of her mystery series, they're in this one, Christmas Homecoming, or at least other characters in that series are in this. So yeah, so some of them are related to other books she's written, and some of them I think are just kind of standalones. But I want to say there are somewhere, maybe she's written 20, something like that. There's so many in that series, but the earlier ones, in my opinion, are better. And then let's see, I have a few in here that I've already talked about, so I will just skip over those. And again, if you want to see some of those, you can watch both my Christmas favorites video and my December TBR video. But one I didn't mention, which is a fun little book, is A Good Old-Fashioned Christmas by Robert Benchley. And Robert Benchley is a humorist. He's American, and this little book, I can't even remember that much about it. So there are 18 little funny stories in here, and I've had this book for ever and ever and ever. I can't even remember when I got this. It was a Christmas gift from my mom, but it is just lovely and funny. So if you want something really kind of quick and light, this is a good one. And then I have Miracle on 34th Street by Valentine Davies, and this is a book that was written after the movie was created. So the movie is not based on a book. The book is based on the original movie. So I believe Valentine Davies wrote the screenplay for Miracle on 34th Street, and then they sort of turned it into a little novel. I mean, this is exactly the movie. So if you're in, oops, the hardcover, the dust jacket's coming off. So if you're in the mood for Miracle on 34th Street, this is a lovely way to get that story in book format. And I think I found this little edition at Half Price Books a couple years ago, and you can easily read this in 1 or 2 sittings. It's very quick. And then let's see, I have a few mysteries. I have 2 mysteries. I have Silent Nights, Christmas Mysteries. This is one of the short story collections from the British Library Crime Classics. I've had this one for years. I've dipped in and out of this. I've read all the stories in here, some of them a long time ago, some of them more recently, but this is a lovely collection if you're looking for some mystery short stories. And then I have another Golden Age crime classic. This is An English Murder by Cyril Hale. No, by Cyril Hare. And this is from 1951. It's set on Christmas Eve at Warbeck Hall. So this is a English manor house mystery, and somebody is murdered, and you know, it's one of those kind of sort of locked room type mysteries. I enjoyed this one. I don't think this is my favorite Christmas mystery I've ever read. I'd have to go back and look at my review of this one, but I have a feeling if you're really looking for a good Christmas mystery, I would definitely recommend this one over that one. So this one I really enjoyed. And then another short story collection. Again, I think I've had this since high school, and that is May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, a Christmas Stories by Women. And there are stories from people like Louisa May Alcott and Sarah Orne Jewett, Willa Cather, Dorothy Canfield Fisher, Pearl S. Buck. Lots of authors in here, and this is really wonderful. Actually, I really need to reread this because I don't think I've read this since I originally read it when I got it in high school. Yeah, you guys, I'm 51. So it's been a long time since I've read this one, but I just love this book. I don't know. I just have warm, cozy feelings of like sitting by the fire, by the tree, and reading the stories in here. So I think I need to reread that one. So I have Christmas Pudding by Nancy Mitford. Very funny, very witty, very Nancy Mitford. Again, another one I need to reread. I've had this for a long time and I haven't reread it in a while. And then I have Skipping Christmas by John Grisham, which this was made into the movie. Is it called Skipping Christmas? No, I forgot. No, Christmas with the Cranks. Christmas with the Cranks is based on this book. And if you haven't read the book, you've only seen the movie, I definitely recommend the book. It's really very, very fun and yeah, worthwhile. And then lastly, I have Mr. Ives' Christmas by Oscar Hijuelos. And this story, it's a little more intense. It's a little darker, but I think there's some really, the writing in here is just fantastic. And I just I really loved this when I read it. And again, it's been a very long time. It's a really thought-provoking story, really good for this time of year. Maybe either kind of early in the lead up to Christmas or maybe after Christmas, kind of during the winter time. It's not the jolliest Christmas story, but I definitely think it's worth a read. And that wraps up my Vlogmas tour of my reading room and look through my Christmas bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. As always, I'd love to chat all things bookish down in the comments with you. Do you have some favorite holiday books? Do you have a Christmas bookshelf like I do? Did you see any books on my bookshelf that you're interested in reading? Let's talk all things holiday books down there in the comments. Thank you as always for watching. I really appreciate your support of my channel, and I'll be back with another Vlogmas video very soon. Bye!